Hi everyone, this is Jamie here at 2peasinabucket.com with another sponsor spotlight for our back to school event. This time we are talking about the Learning Curve collection from Bo Bunny. Another great back to school collection, and as I was preparing and looking at all of the products, I really enjoyed just sort of rediscovering things about this collection. I've looked at it before, I've shown it on the weekly warehouse walk, and I've talked about it, but as I was looking at it again, I just found some new things that I had not noticed before. So it's kind of fun to talk about it. So this collection has the primary colors that you see in a traditional back to school, but it's got a lot of the great layering and distressing, as you'll see here in the alphabet, and the sort of vintage worn look, and then a lot of these vintage icons that you see throughout the collection. I like that they bring in the crossword too, and then there's a large theme of like reading with different alphabet icons, like you'll see here. This one is called Apple Pie, and it goes through, looks like it was taken from an old children's book where A is for apple, B is for bake it, C is for cut the pie, and D is for divide, which I think is really cool. And then they've given you a nice open space in here in the middle and put it along the border. So very cool. And then we'll see more of this writing and ledger and graph patterns throughout. So it's nice that if you don't necessarily like the vintage designs or the children in it, you could just use one of the more basic papers like this. Here's the stripe, and then more of the text in the background. A great notebook pattern with some numbers. Again, these are great pieces that don't have the vintage icon if you're not a fan of those. So these are very versatile. This one's called Letters. And this one is really cool and different. I like how they've taken the different, the cursive that's different, I think, in a school collection that I've seen with the arrows. How to write in cursive. This one is called Dot. Again, more of the great layering and distressing, that texture in the background. And they've brought in the check-in, check-out cards for library cards, which I think is really cool. And then the dates are from the 40s and 50s, which looks like a lot of the designs were inspired from the 40s and 50s. More books, more reading. The crossword. This is a great starting point to create a title or some journaling in the corners. Get really creative with that, or you could cut them out. And then these math flashcards. This takes me back to 3rd grade where I felt very frustrated. Math is not my strongest point. I liked reading better though. And this one's called Bookmark. More of the illustrations. I like just the limited color palette of the cream, yellow, and red with that gray. Very cool. And this one is really different. These have like a larger scaled pattern on the background with that distressed, crackly look. I like this paper as it has a chalkboard theme, and as you see from the graphics throughout the back to school event, I've been taking pictures of this little chalkboard that I have just for fun, just to write quotes and reminders on my desk anyway, so it's served as a good graphic throughout the event. I've just kind of taken advantage of it. So I like chalkboards, so I like that they brought it in with this collection. And here we have some of the reduced patterns and some sort of newer patterns with the quartered sheet, if you like the smaller versions. And on the back of it, they have lots of great journaling spots with some quotes. And then more of these library cards. If you didn't necessarily like the 40s and 50s dates, you could definitely customize these to your own journaling. And now let's move on. I'll show you some of the embellishments. It's kind of later in the day here, so the sun is going down, and I'm sorry for my harsh lighting and my lamps. These are very cool. These are petals, they're calling them, and they have this great fabric that feels like a comfy cotton shirt, and they have these loops of fabric, so you can use them in lots of different ways. They haven't put adhesive on them or anything, so that you could use them even for altered projects, or something like you could put it on a t-shirt, like we're seeing a lot with flowers on t-shirts, or a headband, or you could pin it anywhere really. Some of the cool trims, they give you a little bit of embellishments on them. And some of the eye candy brads. Here's a sheet of rub-ons. Again, I like the cursive script where it shows the lines with the arrows on how to make a cursive. And they also give you that cool little border at the top. These are some of the three-dimensional stickers. And they brought in that vintage icon from that paper, that pattern paper we saw with the apple pie. Little rhinestones and bits of glitter throughout. I really like this stamp set with this label where it says "This book belongs to." It'd be really fun with your kids to just stamp that in the books that you've bought for them that they get to keep, and they can write their name in it. And also this little label with the bookworm in the corner is cute. I like that the journaling spot is in the shape of a book, not just a rectangle. Here is one of the noteworthy sets where you get a set of 24 die-cut journaling pages with a transparency. That's what we're seeing on the front here. So people use these to tear them out and journal on, or you could even put pictures within this little booklet and use it like a mini book. I'll turn it around so you can see more of the designs. The last thing to show you is the Learning Curve project kit. You get everything you need to make a cool little mini album like this. So there's 8 6x12 die cut pages, a 6x12 adhesive sheet of chipboard, and an instruction sheet, as well as buttons and string. Alright, I will also link my video, if you're viewing this on the 2Ps Events blog, with their Cambridge line. That's also another line that would work well for school, more for kind of college or more mature layouts. So both of these would work really well for back to school, and I hope you enjoyed it. Thanks for joining us. Bye.